Hello and welcome to another edition of Minecraft 50th Birthday World Edition. Yeah, I was about to say Abandoned World because we've been doing that for a while. Then, as I was saying, even that won't work on this computer. It didn't like the phones and now it won't work on this computer. So, until this game gets fixed enough that it'll run again, we're doing the 50th Birthday World. Now, I want to clear up some confusion. Some people were wishing me a happy 50th. In case you didn't see, you might not have seen me generate the world for the first time. The seed is exactly February space 22 space 2022. So it's a little more than 2 years down the road. So we got a lot of things to do today. The other two shows, the first show, we pretty much spent 3 hours building a basement. And then off camera, I built the shell of the house. And then the next episode, we kind of built the interior, more or less. So what we're going to do is we got stuff for the interior. We're going to make the living room and a bunch of other things. And I got to show you another project that's in store later on. This room, something will ultimately connect here. This is pretty much this is an expansion room where the house will expand that way and that way. We're going to be filling in this living room. And here's the dining room. And just recently I put that in here. Let's store that away. We've done a lot of work and we can really start putting things into high gear because we have diamonds. And we've had this since we raided the village on day 1. But I want to show you. So you're wondering, how did I get those? Might have noticed there's a path over here. But before we do that, I see another. Oh, no. We're going to leave that cow alone. There's a reason, and that's another one of the projects for today. All animals that are on that, you kind of see some of it right there. That's pre-built. Anyway, I'll show you what we got over here. If you watch me suck at Minecraft, you might know that I have something that I call the Big Elephant, which is a giant XP farm where monsters spawn in a dark area, and it's all above ground. Well, I decided to build another one of those, but this time it's below ground. So I wanted to build the way the cap rate is for general mobs, monsters, cows, passive, aggressive, and everything. I built this way out here so it won't interfere with things, and you can see I had to deal with some issues making this. So here's the pit, and the pillagers spawned on these dirt scaffolding blocks. And right there, right where the crosshair is the platform that monsters will ultimately drop down on and die. And this is the House of Operations. This is not going to be today's video. A ton of cobblestone. Now, a lot of people hate diorite, but when it's polished, it's a brighter thing, as you can tell from here and here. And the thing is, when you keep it nice and dark, you can see things better. You can see the monsters easier in the dark if they're standing on diorite. And what I got to do is from there is measure up 21 blocks. I built that platform one extra height, one block extra tall. So if it is not enough, I can easily chop another block out of the tower and not have to modify the killing room. And we've ran into a few things there, which, like I said, different episode. Maybe same one if things go fast, and we know that that's not a thing on this channel. So let's show you, the day's already half over, some of the things that we will be doing today. We are going to finish finish the living room in there. And kind of got started with the fields over here. And the animals will live in a barn. Now, as you can see, the first level, I purposely left with grass. This is where the sheep are going to go. The next level, I believe, will be cows. Then the next will be pigs. And inhabiting the roof will be chickens. So that's why, as I said, we're not touching any animals that are on this part of the property, because we want to keep that running. We want to... Alright, I don't have any dirt, because if I did, I'd fill that in. Alright, so one of the things I wanted to do was... Alright, that might be more than what I need, but that'll be fine. And we're already off to a nice and slow and cumbersome start, because why go fast? And I should have saved it for now, but I'm slowly replacing the signs with item frames that show what's in there. I should have saved that for one of our big projects, but look who's playing. Alright, that should be more than enough. Also, yeah, we can use those. Actually, we could use all of them, maybe. And over here in the loot chest, I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna put this here, 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 and here. Alright, now for the living room. So a living room obviously needs entertainment. And entertainment in the form... Alright, we're going to put the torch there. I forgot about the weird offset there. Anyway. So there we got ourselves a TV. So what we need now is a couch. And we gotta do this a little differently here. All right. Very tight here. Well, It's a little tight, but it works. It's got a living room, oversized coffee table with a TV. And something needs to go in here, but I don't know what yet. Alright, so this will go here. Put that next to each other. I don't know, we'll let that live. So, a couple of things we also want to do is the bedroom is pretty plain. And the bedroom doesn't have too much going on right now. It's literally just a bed all by itself in a room, which we kind of need to sleep the night off anyway. So put a chest there and a chest there. Now we got two closets that there was a time we could decide which way the door points, but that's kind of gone now. Well, also one of the other projects we have is what might look like a creeper hole, but that's an intentional hole. In fact, it's not big enough for the whole building, but it's going to be, the basement's going to be where the nether portal is. The tower itself will go high enough to be clear, mostly clear of the buildings, and it can shoot the phantoms. And the shell surrounding it is going to be storage for the nether. Also, I want to show you a little design that I did around the windows. Now, when I did the windows, the bottoms are as you see them, and this went all the way around. And initially I thought it would look good, but it actually didn't. So then I took the staircases, removed the top row, put upside down staircases in, and I think that looks way, way better. And of course this and this is plain because, as I said, the house will be added on to, for sure. And we got that stuff over there. And as I said, right now, right now, where the cobblestone is where the pillars for the tower is going to go. It's going to go up, obviously, but 3 blocks out plus will be storage for nether materials, and 1 more out will be the building itself. Now I'm thinking that there won't be a basement for this part, but there will be for that part, which is already dug out. So I'm going to do is, being that a good chunk of the day is already gone, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. get the width of the building down. All right, so 1, 2, 3. One, two, and change randomly. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, so I just want to double check dimensions here. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Yep. We can run. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And 1, 2, 3. All good. And where we put doors, we're going to remove the foundation walls. So my plans are that I'm going to have a hallway going from here, ultimately connecting to here. But on the back side, I'm going to have a small, or maybe just a small 2-story or single story, not sure, bee farm, because there's several beehives around the property, so that's good. And these pillars are to help identify where the support structures for the barn are going to go. But speaking of barn and things of that nature, I believe we got some more glass here. Now the barn is going to be I use this term loosely, open concept. I mean, the building's going to be enclosed, but it's not going to have bona fide windows for, the sake of realism, which isn't really that realistic anyway. Cobblestone. Is that there's going to be vents in the floor, and the windows will be just fence gates so that there's quote-unquote air circulation so that the wood in our barn doesn't rot out. I think of these things. Alright, so yeah, the sweet berries and we got pumpkins, we can take those along. The sweet berries we're not quite set up for, but there is a place for those. Let's see, time. Yeah, I'm gonna need another hoe. Yeah, definitely gonna need another hoe. So it seems a bit strange, but we are gonna lure sheep in through through these fields and into the building. Since we're here, it's a little scatterbrained, but we'll separate these. We need 4 of them. And we need a book, but so we get these 2. We'll get to that in a moment. We might need a couple of them. It's a fairly big plot of land. So, I mean, this shouldn't really take too long. And I decided, as you might have noticed, I half slab these so you don't have to jump in and out or worry about inadvertently trampling. It must be a little crooked. And that's why I decided to make two of them. Like I said, everything that's on this land right now, I'm not killing for food because we're going to need them for the barn. And as you can see, I'm at a lovely 41 experience, and we don't have enough leather to make enough bookcases to make enough anything. In fact, this was the very last thing that I did was this door. It was plain till literally like earlier this afternoon. I did a lot of prep work. And I mean a lot. And we're crooked. Normally I slaughter anything that's in the way, but like I said, those are important sheep. We need them. Uh-oh, looks like two weren't enough. We're almost there. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Oh, this might. So it's probably a good thing we were here. We can turn. Imagine that. Oh yeah, loop. Yeah, we can split. All right, let's wrap up the tilling. Alright, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there's only really... three main things. So now we'll put that there. And put that there. In fact, let's... oh yeah, we kind of need the hoe still. And if we find melons... so right now... there. Okay, we're not in too much of a hurry to do these. We'll save the bone meal for later. Actually, we'll bone meal the crap out of the potatoes because we don't have enough of them, really. Something seems off here. Yet the one we need the most only gets 9 here. Let's do carrots. That's what we're going to do is carrots are important. Potatoes tend to be not as. The rest we kind of need for food. There, so we got 10 of those, 10 of carrots, and we already got a pumpkin. And potatoes, no one really seems to use too much. I mean, once in a while the villagers do. So I'm not too worried about bone meal right now. Now, one of the other things I want to do is we got the third one that doesn't have anything in it right now. So we're going to put these back in the farming. Then move these to the side. I'm going to do the sweet berries a little later. Is we had a makeshift sugarcane farm, as you've seen in the previous 2 episodes, over here. And we can jump out. We're not going to get rid of this. We're going to keep it. We're just going to have much closer farm. And swim. Also, in major hubs, I plan on using this river, as well as expanding it quite a bit, to make a system that we can travel between parts of the world. Now, one thing you haven't seen me do, and it's by design, is not go to the Nether yet. I was hoping to hold off on that. And that went completely in the wrong direction. Fortunately, I still have the hoe on me. Then I can break this down into 4 seeds that I'm not going to be needing. But I'll keep anyway, and I did not bring the... whatever. In case anything goes wrong, we have those 3 over there. You gotta dress up this room a little bit. It's just a bit too plain. I think we got it to a point now we can start on making the barn. Okay, we don't need all that there. Can turn. That should do us for now. At least in that department, we can turn again. I believe that's all we're going to be needing for now. Well, some of it's going to have glass. Time to do the barn raise. Oh, by the way, while we're at it, unfortunately, not enough sugar cane to do what I want, but enough to do what I need to get started. Of course, I can just click on this, make life a little easier. I don't know, I was thinking maybe enchanting could be done over here. Now we got a bookcase. Alright. Let's get rid of some of the stuff we don't need, or shouldn't need. We shouldn't need the hoe. We'll put one of the buckets up there. And put a couple of books right there next to that. Alright, here's the barn. And here we go. Axe broke before I started the live stream. We kind of need one of those. We can move the player. That'd be even better. Oh, good job, me. Need 3 of those. We only have 1 stick. Yep, we can put that there. Are we good enough to start barn raising? Since redwood's not a thing, this orange stuff should do all right. Okay, we can give us that. And no, not going to waste the axe on that. And something trampled. Yeah, we gotta protect some of this stuff here. Okay, so we got that. Now it's time to add a floor. Although before we actually start putting in a floor, what we need to do is light up the interior a little bit. Because this is going to get somewhat dark. And we don't want bad guys in here. And similar to how buildings were done in the old days, where there's solid stone, just left it as it is. And some of the other stuff. Andesite. There, now we can cover up the, we can jump. Now we can cover up the ground and be okay. So I'm going to do for now, to determine where our vents are going to go, is I'll do a ring. Alright, I get an idea how I want to do this. Well, the numbers actually worked, which is strange. It's typically when I work with stuff, that's how things never work out. So this will allow, quote-unquote, ventilation so that the moisture from the grass on the first floor won't, quote-unquote, rot out the structure. Even though that's not a thing in Minecraft, I just like to add the realistic touches. Looks like it's getting dark again. Yeah, it's gonna add squat, but next, you guys will have a home soon. It's just a matter of building each individual floor. Alright, so the sheep will come in through there. The cows and everything else will actually come in through a set of doors over here somewhere. Yeah, I think I might put it on the corner. That way it's not interfering with too much. And we're out of wood. Somewhere under here, there are zombies and such. I don't know where. And no. And again, I'm not going to waste the axe on a stupid mistake. And definitely not enough. Okay, right here. Yeah, because these act like a brick and a half in height. When I tried to plop it in, it wouldn't go because I was standing in the way. Trick on making sure that the block doesn't fall in the wrong direction is as soon as you punch it out, replace it immediately. And 99.999 out of 100, it'll pop up where you are and you don't lose the block. Okay, you're selected. Good. And I did that wrong. Surprise, surprise. This is correct. That is not correct. Now stand far enough away where it's going to matter. There. I got the deck. I gotta fence this off. See, it's still plenty bright enough in here. Now what we need to do is grab our doors. Of course, everything's shifted enough. And this might not be enough. Actually, it is. Especially when you don't screw up. That one's gone. Alright, so what we need now we need to find all the sheep. See if one door's enough. Alright, we got one. No, there's more than that. Okay, this is enough to do the job, but I was positive we had quite a few more. Positive there were a lot more of them around. Alright, we got pigs. We're not interested in pigs. Alright, the pumpkins grew in like they're supposed to. Alright, so we got 3. Positive there were more. I see the one that's way over there on the right. In fact, I might try and grab its attention. Going through our tree farm. Yeah, as you can see, even though it's getting dark, everything's staying fairly well lit. So the sheep are in good company. So we get the sheep in there. I just want to see something here. something's not right there. I don't know. Just looking at something here. 3. Just see if it's a little too window heavy here. Yeah, it might be alright. Again, I'm not going to waste. Thinking of it, let's get rid of this now that we have our design. Actually, we'll keep that one, and now we'll keep those 3. Unacceptable. Well, the way things are going, like always, they never go fast. So what I might do is, when it becomes midnight, we'll switch gears and get some of the tower built. Yeah, it looks all right. This one will be a little bit different. As over here, something isn't adding. Alright, so yeah. In this case, we're going to be... Yeah, this is too big of an error, so we're gonna... do it that way. Okay. Actually, let's grab this. Oh, we never hit those. Might as well hit them. And this is not a huge mistake. We're just shifting this one over by 1. And nice double tap for a run. Can leave that one there. There, it's a little more even. Now the thing is how to line these two up. Actually, I don't know why that's even there. Well, there just ain't enough of that crap. Anyway. We'll just do that for now. How about actually sleeping? I'm gonna have a method of killing them off, and eventually one of these windows will disappear. But right now, it'll stand as it is. Alright, so I've got the general structure laid out. Now it's just a matter of getting the full height. Alright, we started with this wall. Like I said, at midnight, I'm just going to call it good wherever we're at. And there's only 6 of these guys, which is not good. One thing I forgot to do, and it's kind of important, is where were the pillars? And that's not where it was. Okay, this is what I need to do. Okay, this needs to go here. Make sure it's not turning dark on us. Because this is important, as it gives the structure a little more believability, and it allows me to place the torches where the lighting is more realistic. These fence posts actually let me hit the allows me to put the third one on, which is important because that's where the torch goes. And thank you. If it thunders, we better get in immediately, because lightning hits this. Not good. Hey, cows in here. You know what? That's exactly what we want in here right now. Not to say he's still going to be here. Just enough to do the job there, and no, you gotta do this, that. You gotta do that because it's not exposed when it's time to turn around. And the cow left. That's okay. There's our third block. Kinda need that. And we need that over here. Actually, we kind of have to stop here because then we'll have a corner that we can't reach. Oh, that's all we had. Not good. That hasn't ruined any, but this has. Let's swim. Oh, we got a corner that we haven't done. There's a bit of birch that definitely shows it has not been touched. We need to fix that. And I noticed there was some way. Okay, we can move the player. Oh, this is further than I thought it was. And we can, let's swim. Swimming is so much easier on the Bedrock Edition, or in this case Windows 10. Way easier than it is on Java. Way easier. First, let's cut a tree down. That way we can establish saplings for the hotbar. Because we definitely need a lot of this. We got more than enough of the red stuff, which is more orange than red, but you get the idea. Okay, that's not actually. So that. We're going to need some of this to make that look a little better. And we are not. Don't need. Yeah, it looks like the axe isn't going to last much longer. And there it went. All right, out the window. And I'm always off by 1. So we have that completed. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this staircase to the next level started, but not actually going anywhere. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Alright, so that... Actually, the cows are not going to fit through that. Once we get it established, we'll put it in. But right now... Again, to keeping the open airflow concept going. place. Just enough for today. And again, just like the other building. No, we're not going to put it there. Well, something's definitely wrong. I'm not exactly figuring out what it is yet. This is bad because I need... not that way. Didn't need to express elevator that way. Yeah, we can move 100% faster. Yeah, something's amiss in the floor pattern. And I can't figure out what went wrong. Yep, we can move the player. Alright, I know what went wrong. Yep, we can break. We can break. We can break. Alright, so we figured out the pattern. What went wrong with it? Now we can control it. Four. Need to fix this pattern. I've also screwed it up here. Yeah, there we go. Now it all makes sense. Get it positioned so we can cover it. Oh, that's the rare moment it didn't work. Okay, we're almost ready to accept cows. They will not obviously be going up here because sheep, cows, pigs will be this floor, chickens will be in the roof. Oh, that actually didn't work again. Well, before the 5 minutes are up, let's go down here and see if we can rescue the pieces we've dropped. Apparently not. As you can see, the lighting is definitely bright enough. Let's not waste the axe on this. Yeah, I think we'll just spend time on getting the cows, and then we'll work on the tower. And fall. I guess I can do it from down here. Keep the cows from going where we don't want them to. Do that. Now we need the wheat. Of course, now that I want cows, they're nowhere to be found. Oh, there's one. We gotta go 500 miles, though. Oh, we actually never finished it. Well, good enough. Say, the ones we need, they're never around. There were like 75 cows. They were everywhere. Now I can't find one if my life depended on it. Yeah, we gotta go up and finish the roof. We never did that. That time it finally worked. Alright, now we can say the cow pen is pretty much done. I was positive there was another cow. Of course, there's a billion sheep now. There were like 57 cows before I started this, and now there's nothing. Figures. Ah, there's one. Babies are acceptable. If they go moo, that's what we want. So we can breed them once we got 2 in there. Gotta make sure we're not going too fast. There. Now we can take these 2 back. Three back. Alright, so yeah, for the second thing, we got the sheep and cows ready to go. So I'm going to put all this back in the wood pile. What little of it is actually left. separate those out like so. We're not gonna. Next up, yeah, 9 will make an even number of bookshelves, so we cannot use that. We can make 3 of these. To enhance the power of this thing. Not by much. Actually, we want to be in here, and we want to start building the tower. We can use this even though it's more than what we need, but we don't care. Actually, it'll just be easier to go like so. Stonecutter does have its advantages, but it also has its disadvantages. Now we need to make a story pole as well. Get it. Remember the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This will be the floor of the nether storage. It's the nether storage, I mean the nether hub, portal is going to be down there. And at the top of the tower is going to be a place where you can kill off the phantom menaces that might be roaming the sky. Alright, so what do we have here? How about what I want? Okay, that is the way we want that. We're also going to need some stairs. Actually, no. Actually, yes, that's what we want. This stub needs to go away, which I shrunk down considerably. Alright, now where is... Okay, there's some of the pile. I want to know where the rest of the pile is. There it is. Still need more. We also need stairs, which we don't have. Stairs kind of need to exist. Alright, so for the final hour, we're gonna, like I said, I mean, people are probably coming in and out of this. First hour, did a little work in here, and some work on the barn. Second hour, pretty much getting the barn ready for some kind of population. Then lastly, working on the tower to kill phantoms, which also is going to be the nether. The building that houses the nether portal and nether storage. That's all I actually needed. This is definitely going to be another one of those things getting done off camera. Remember, this is going to ultimately, when we have the fireproof roof protecting this building, that it'll ultimately get connected to that. Oops. Now, to keep this thing fireproof, the interior, the full interior of the tower is going to be of stone materials. Because the tower, for the most part, is going to be open at the very top so that the phantoms can see us. Alright, so we got that. So the exterior of the building will be made of something better than this. And I already see a minor issue here. Is it's not really tall enough. So we're going to have a step down. Not enough material. So the question is, where's the stairs going to end? Thinking maybe right here-ish. Alright, that may work a bit. Actually, I don't know why we're even using this. Because it's not going to be seen, so... Since it's not going to be seen, what's the point of having it? Have the structure, but actually that will be seen. But temporary, because the pillars for the tower are going to be there. So I might go one more in, just because it'll go right up to the building, more or less. That worked well. We're not going to light it and go into the Nether, because I'm not sure when the giant Nether update's coming out, because that's when I want to really go, and maybe I might just go anyway at some point, depending on how long it's going to take for them to do it. But it's going to take a long time for the Nether update to come out. I mean, they're still in snapshot mode, so still adding things, so who knows? Also, I could use a bit more cobblestone, because like I said, what we're not going to see, we don't make pretty. How about what I want? Even better. Alright, so like I said, the parts that aren't going to be seen, we don't need to make pretty. We just need it to be structural. Actually, we want this to look good. No, yeah, actually we want that. And like I said, unless it's going to be significantly off, we're not going to light the portal. Actually, that will be seen. And no more. And that is visible, so out that comes. Okay, control will be good. It's a little tight, but it's good. So now what I'm going to do is make a story pole here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not on it, is it? Oh, of course I put it on. There's the story pole. And I'm trying to match that building. See, this is where the floor is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6th is where there's a floor. So we did it wrong. There, because we can't count that. You know, put a story pole there. Like I said, there's going to be a building on this side, and I'm not 100% sure how big it's going to be yet. And the sun's about to set. While I'm waiting for the sun to set, let's just start putting down some pillars here. Of course. But we got another one. Oh, we don't want to do that. Okay. Change, change, change. So let's get the easiest of them done. Let's do a little bit of breeding. And this is wrong. So of course. Yeah. Whatever. Because either way, it's time to... Over here, sheepies. Oh, for a minute I thought it might make a gray one. Yeah, I changed how things work, so... I don't need this. I was going to have this stairway come up the center and go to the next floor. But I decided to choose a side entrance, which I believe will work a little better. Now I still got a ton more of the oak, but I don't want to use it. And no. do that. And let's see. Yeah, you know what? Right there. Then stairs. That's how you know you've reached a floor. All right. Alrighty, so first level. We've reached, so we can switch over to the invisible layer, except right here. Yeah, in this case, we don't need to let's see. And then this will be the second of 2 floors for the main building. And then at some point the roof is going to come up. And the tower is going to extend more because I want it to be hopefully taller than the barn, because it's going to have another floor same height as this, and then a roof in which the chickens will inhabit. You won't go where I want. Alright, whatever. Didn't want that. So actually, this may not be a good idea. Okay, jump. Because at this point, the 2 floors end, but the tower will resume its climb. Turn. So the question is, where will it start? So now we gotta figure out where the roof is gonna land. So that's where I want things to be a little different here. No. Well, that was bad. Okay, I just want to figure out where the roof is. Okay, so the roof will actually start down there. So here's the building, and I like it to overlap. That's where it's going to touch. I still have a piece of wheat. I have more than a piece of wheat. I swear the pathfinding in this version of the game is not the best in the world. I can run. Double tap means run. So we got more sheep in the sheep pen. So... that's where that'll start. Alrighty, looks like another time to hit the bay here. We're running out of more of this stuff here. Using how much of that stuff I thought I had, but really don't. Well, what looks like another off-screen project will be wrapping up the barn and maybe getting this building built. And as I said, unless the Nether update is really long ways off, I don't plan on lighting up the Nether portal just yet. Alright, so now we need our stairs again, which we're going to run out of. Oh no, 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 no. Thought something looked weird about that. Come on. Turn. Alright. There's not enough places. Now let's put that out of the way. Let's put that out of the way. Alright, I believe this may be tall enough that on this level we'll have the tower in which the lookout in which we fight the phantoms, provided that my numbers came out correct, that this will be exposed and the next level is exposed. I mean, if it isn't, that's... I'm not going to go too much further with this till I know for sure. And suddenly the live stream quit. Well, that's the sound of the live stream dying. So lucky you, those of you watching get to see the rest of this. Nope, that's not what I wanted, which is of course why it did that. So I'm going to wrap it up by finishing this section of the tower. Yep, you can move. Okay, now can we go where I want? Alright, now I want it right here. Okay, we got the exact amount of those things, and the stairwell will cross the window over there. Because there's absolutely no way to avoid it. It's going to cross that one too, but the one on the front is the one that I want to look good. And yeah, that would be stupid. Alright, so in here somewhere will be the beehive structure. It won't be anywhere near as big as it is on Watch Me Suck It Minecraft, because that's just insanely huge. Where were you when I needed you? And of course, I could have used some of the could have used some leather, but of course that didn't happen at all, did it? Alrighty. Alrighty, before we call it quits, yeah, so this side of the building is going to be up against the beehive, so it'll probably be a blank wall, and that'll be a full wall, as well as the other two sides. I just want to check up on them because of course that's what happened. So I'll give you one to speed up your growth. Still interested to know where those zombies are coming from. Alright, and that needs to be fixed, because there needs to be a tall fence along here. The crops are growing. There's a skeleton threatening. There. let's just wrap it up by getting the garden as big as we can get. And we can turn when we turn. Alright, that's as many carrots as we have. Now let's try and do potatoes. Not much. Yeah, that's kind of like a complete loss almost. And that'll probably be an insane amount of... maybe not. And somehow we changed to blocks. Alright, so yeah, the pumpkins, they're well established, which is why we're not bothering. Sheep, we're just letting it live right now because it's grossly outdoing the cow population just for now. So that's what we got for this episode. So yeah, we got the barn going. There'll be a little overhang over the front entry when I get to it. When we come back, there'll probably be a finished nether storage building, possibly a beehive building. I don't know. George F551 saying. Hope you enjoyed. Well, that ain't working. Usually does with odd. And destroy stuff. That's the one I wanted. Stupid me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed and have a good one. Boy, the way I have to program the buttons on this version of the game versus Java messes me up. Have a good one. Bye-bye.